Oh, you got Sherry Zweig versus Judy Miller. Race to 4. This is a women's open B match. So this is a B-side, loser side match. They each have one loss. Yeah, no problem. Hey, Mary. Wish you were here too. Are you going to be coming here at all? Or you're just gone for the duration? I won't see you until probably October. I only saw you for about 30 seconds. You know either of these two ladies?
I know Cher. She's from my hometown.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they're both on the B side.
Sherry's really nervous about being on this table too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not no big deal. There's only a million people watching out there.
Well,
That's all.
I didn't tell her that.
You should say there's about 150,000 people. Whatever you do, don't miss.
You missed it. Look like it.
Yeah, it's Mike, right? Oh, cool. Yeah, well, then I'll see you, Mary, when you get here. Now, I don't play at Jester's. Pockets are too big there. I play one pocket at Colby's because, I mean, you can have a gold crown or a diamond and they got 4-inch pockets. Even though I do like the beer selection at Jester's a lot better. That's not really conducive to me playing good one pocket.
How far is Jester's away from you?
That pool room is in Gilbert. It's not too far. I'd say it's probably about 20 minutes, but Colby's is about 5 minutes from me. And it's just better equipment.
Yeah.
You know, Jester's got a better beer selection. That's what I like. They got like 80 beers in there.
I guess it depends on what you want more. Good beer or good pool, huh?
Yeah.
Pool tables.
Yeah, I think they got a standard diamond table in there. Like, but they're a little bit too big for one pocket. You know, 4.5-inch pockets are a little too big.
Now, did the diamond table, did one of their plants burn down? Did you hear that?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
One of my friends was trying to order a diamond table, and he said that one of the plants that makes that diamond wood burned down.
Wow.
So there's a big
shortage. Yeah.
There's a shortage, and they were making it out of different wood, but that's what they told them anyhow.
Huh. That's.
Tell you what, you don't drink coffee, but this is good coffee.
Yeah.
They have the best coffee.
I wouldn't know. I mean.
I know. There's no way for you to even.
I don't know what to base it off of. What's good and what's not.
Oh, it's good.
I was thinking that getting a Snickers bar might be good.
You should have said something. I would have grabbed you one.
Yeah, I think
That's what grab you one.
That's what I think I'm gonna do is run over there and grab one.
Where's that 20? I'll go take it out.
Yeah.
You just want a Snickers bar?
Yeah. Actually, no. Here. What? How much is the Snickers and the banana? Yeah, I know, but you can use these things. So no. Yeah. I don't know if they have a banana over there too.
Okay.
That'd be good. Thanks, man. Oh, this is Sherry at the table. This is the first game in a race to 4. Men's Open B, loser side match. Oh, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
You just about ran off with your voucher.
Yeah. Stiffed me. I would have had your phone, so it would have been a fair trade.
This is the Samsung 4, so you might
Yeah.
not have been able.
I might have to pay someone to take it.
Man, I wish that everybody could see that phone you have. That thing's like
It's
a
beast.
vault.
Yeah, it's a beast.
What the heck is going on here?
Christy Morgan to table number 18. You're on the clock. Christy Morgan, table number 18.
What's the bar you shoot out of?
Well, it's actually a pool room.
Or pool
Colby's,
room, I mean.
yeah. In Tempe.
Colby's, that's
yeah.
right.
It's not really a bar. I mean, they got a bar in there, but it's not primarily a bar. It's pool room first. You know.
Yeah.
I'd say it's got about
Good shot.
5 bar tables and 10 9-footers.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool. Not a huge place, but always action and whatever else there. So, Sherry got the first game, huh?
Yep. Sure you got it. Made a long shot on the 8-ball.
Now, she's from your area, correct?
Yeah. She actually runs the like a pet rescue there in Pendleton. And
Tommy Silva, table
we
number
play
50. You are on the clock. Tommy Silva,
9-ball league.
table
She's in the
number
9-ball league
50.
too, so we go around playing the different bars and around Pendleton. It's kind of like that's kind of why I said bar before, because there's no pool room where we were at. There isn't a pool room in 100, 200 miles. It's all just. I don't think there's a pool room in 100, 200 miles. Maybe in Tri-Cities. Still, that's 65 miles away.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all bars, man. And you won't find a 9-foot table anywhere. At the Elks Club, there's a 9-foot table, and there's the 10-foot snooker table. What's up, Crum? Good. How you doing, buddy? I'm out. So, yeah. No, I got the money. Yeah. But how you doing? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Cool, man. You ready to go? Cool, man. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah. Not bad. I'll check it out. See how I do. Yeah.
Sure.
We got some elk jerky here. There's a hair on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a try.
Thanks, Crum. Oh. Yeah. 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 What does it to you? This is pretty good. Sweet and spicy.
It is tasty.
It'll linger for a little while, a little bit spicy.
Thanks. Thanks, Crum. I have a fucking bag.
Huh?
We're dead. Who knows what's up?
Yeah.
You might wipe your back. Maybe. It's actually pretty good.
It is good.
God, I make a lot of jerky. Like, I get bags like this. Whole meat, dude. He's one of my partners on teams.
Oh, cool.
He just set his cue right down there.
Yeah.
I'll start charging people now. That's about the right amount of spice for a piece of turkey too. I don't like it really hot. You can't.
No, that was good.
I mean, it's still kind of hanging around. You know. How's that banana?
Great.
Banana and a Snickers bar.
Yeah. It's bomb.
What was the thing you were saying last night? What was it?
That jerky was really good.
It was
I think
good.
that was my first time having elk.
Yeah.
It was pretty tasty.
Serious?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
That's like a mainstay of our diet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, not a mainstay. McDonald's
elk
is the
jerky,
mainstay.
yeah, right? Like the rest of America.
Yeah. No,
Nice.
but man, there's elk in every. I bet in most freezers where I live, there's elk in the freezer.
Nice. I mean, I'm the type of person I'll try almost anything once when it comes to food.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. If it
I'm
doesn't
really
kill me-
open-minded. If somebody's like, "Oh, you want to eat a squirrel or eat a
Eat
whatever,"
a squirrel.
yeah, I would eat it. You know, I'd give it a try.
You're a terrible person. No, I've never tried squirrel. I want to try squirrel. I
Yeah.
heard it's really good.
I've had bear meat. I've had.
How's that? I heard it's nasty.
No, it wasn't bad. They made a stew out of it and stuff. It was pretty decent actually.
Bear stew. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
good.
It was pretty good. Yeah, my aunt actually shot it and tracked it for a couple, I think maybe like 2 miles.
Really?
Before it finally died.
And she cooked it up, mixed.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a family together and chowed down.
Well, that's the guy that I was telling you that has he kills the cougars and makes the cougar meat.
I see. I would like to try that. And I'm a big cat lover, you know, but
Yeah.
did she get that second game? I think so, right? I think it's
She
1-1.
she got the second one.
Okay.
Judy did.
Sorry if we're offending any animal lovers out there, but to each their own. I mean, I love animals too.
I love to eat
Really.
'em.
Well, I mean, I just don't, like I said, I'm not a big fan of sport hunting.
Yeah.
You know, eat what you kill type deal.
Yeah.
I'm totally okay with that. You
Yeah,
know,
totally.
And as long as you're not like wiping out a species, I mean, because
Yeah.
those people eat, you know, if you're eating like a hamburger, I mean, you know, like you didn't kill it, but someone did.
Yeah.
You know, like what's the difference to me? And you know, like if you're not, you know, you eat poultries, still, what's the difference? You know.
Well, the way I see it is, I mean, you just don't go down to the store and buy something and not know how it all works.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Just assume that this is just man-made or something. You know.
Yeah, we just whipped this up the other day. No, you had to go.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean,
Take
it's a
care of
lot
an animal.
healthier getting there's no hormones injected or
Well, I'll tell
weird
you.
stuff, that whatever they do, preserves,
Yeah,
it's different,
and the taste of it too. You can tell like an animal that's been eating, like hanging out in an alfalfa field its whole life. I mean, it just tastes better than one that's been eating scrub brush.
Yeah. This will be the last match for the night that I'll be at the helm scoring, commentating. Probably back tomorrow. I'm going to find out exactly what time. It could be tomorrow at 9 a.m. because I know there's going to be a few finals tomorrow, but very well. I've been trying to stick with 11 a.m. to around 8 or 9 p.m. every night.
And you're just gonna let it run for the rest of the
Yeah,
time?
I let the stream run. People can see what's going on in the room.
Yeah.
Watch some pool matches and.
Ooh, Sharon just about made that bank.
Well, it looks like the men's seniors is at 11 a.m. I don't think they're going to make anybody play a finals at 9 a.m., but you never know. I don't think so.
Man, they'll do weird stuff
I'll
just
have
to
to
get
see.
everything moving. We had to forfeit a match or a game last night. Did I tell you that?
No.
It wasn't even my fault. We did a game. They just bumped us
Yeah.
up a game to make it go faster.
Yeah.
I never
Right.
had that happen before.
Huh. Well, I know there's going to be a bunch of finals tomorrow, and yeah, I think there's going to be 3 or 4 finals tomorrow. So
That's going to be good. That'll be interesting.
yeah, I'll be starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow. It looks like, but will not be streaming. If somehow they're running a final at 9 a.m., they haven't told me about it. I guess it
Yeah.
won't be happening. But I didn't see anything out there on the brackets, so I think we're good.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
You know what I think they need to do here is they need to get a man in the street kind of thing going with a couple players. I bet there's about 10 people here that would be interesting to talk to and have like 5 questions and a really fun question they could put up.
Yeah, once in a while. I mean, because I could turn that one cam on them,
Yeah.
and they could, I could ask them questions. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, Ask them where they are, where they're from, what bar or pool they shoot out of.
When they start to play pool, what was their biggest win? Or
Well, on a deserted island, you can only have a pool table and the balls, or a pool cue. What would you? I mean, you got to pick the pool table.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you couldn't have a cue and the pool table. You can have either or.
And I could probably make a pool cue out of some sort of
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
some sort of tree. Hi, how you doing? You all right? Okay.
It's tied 1-1. Yep. Okay. Or you could hold up a picture of some professional pool player, see who knows who they are.
Yeah.
I ran into a lot of that. Yeah. People didn't know who these guys were when they came for the Open. Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, people play pool every single day, and they didn't know who, like, Rodney or any of those guys were. Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, right. Whose nickname is the Rocket?
Right. You'd be like, is this the President of the United States, or is it the Rocket?
Yeah. Are you coming back for 9 ball? It's possible. It's kind of, I find out usually a month or two before, But I would think so.
She's got to be going for the 8 here, huh?
Yeah, my co-host here is Chris Sykes. Let him know where you're from, Chris.
I'm from Pendleton, Oregon, home of the world-famous Pendleton Roundup, Letterbuck. You might have heard of it if you're anything into rodeo. So, about 16,000 people, pretty small. I was telling Lenny earlier that, man, there isn't a pool room within I don't know how many miles. 50, 60 maybe.
Wow, that's tough.
There's bars, but I don't know how to wear a cowboy hat, even though I'm surrounded by them almost daily. Hey, Mary. What are you up to today?
Well, this 2-ball, did she make it?
No.
Oh. Well.
Uh-oh. This made that 8 a little harder.
Yeah. This is going to be a difficult shot. She could try to bank it cross side.
Work sucks. Wish you could just play pool every day,
That would be nice.
Win the lottery and just play pool, right? Isn't that everybody's dream? I think there's probably going to be one coming up. It's just a $50 entry pool tournament in Pendleton. I know Ed's now taken over for Gil and setting those up, but we had We had Rafael Martinez come into one of our tournaments
Wow.
and play in just a little bar tournament at CJ's there in Pendleton, which is kind of interesting. That was fun.
Yeah, this is the women's B singles on the Plan B side. Race to 4. It's 1-1. Sherry's at the table. Got this 8-ball. There we go. 2-1 now.
Yeah, it's funny. Your local little tournament, and you think you're going to go in there and clean up, and then Rafael Martinez walks in, and you're like, what happened here? How did
Yeah.
the universe just flipped on its axis? I'm out. Bye.
Well, you're watching the 20th annual Western BCA 8-Ball Championships. We're live from the Chinook Winds Casino Resort in Lincoln City, Oregon. Appreciate all of you tuning in.
Yeah, Stan was there too. That's right. I mean, who is the guy that's letting that out the bag and let them know that they have a tournament there? That was fun, though.
Hey, pool players got to eat too.
Yeah, that's right. They had to eat crappy players like me for dinner.
Yes. Well, I'd say 99% of the players are crappy players when they're playing them, you know?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, they don't play like stellar when they're playing, somebody that's not as good as them, but once they catch that gear, it's just all over.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see,
Yeah.
The gear they catch and the focus they have, the intensity.
It's a whole nother level, They just messing around for a while, then they just, boom. Yeah, what Stan placed like third in the U.S. Bar Table Championship this year?
Wow, yeah, that's solid.
I think it was third. Third or fourth, maybe. I know he won it. He won it 1 year.
Yeah, thanks. I put it back here. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah. Playing anybody that good is it'll make your body and mind do weird things. I guess it makes your mind do things, and then your body follows.
Yeah, you get mentally weak, and everything else falls apart too.
Yeah, the tornado came through here and cleaned everybody's clock.
Yeah. Yep, both those finals of the Opens were double dips. Corey Doole double dipped John Moore, and Vivian double dipped Cindy Sleva. Cindy Sleva did put her in the loser's side, though. She played a really good set against her.
Yeah.
I mean, so she was fully capable of, doing the same thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't come together.
It's hard to beat somebody like that twice.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat anybody twice, Yeah, 70% sounds about right on the dog in it.
Nice.
Yeah, you start thinking that, oh my gosh, I'm going to beat this guy. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I don't have any plaques or trophies.
I got one.
Nice.
I got a second place trophy for one of the tournaments at home. I can write one up for you here on a napkin.
I got 2 ribbons from like field and track day when I was in high school for like softball throw and long jump. That was it.
Hey, that ain't that bad.
Yeah.
Not a lot you could do with them later in life.
No, I don't think I have them anymore.
Sure you don't.
No, I actually
They're
have.
hanging up above your bed.
I mean, trophies. I only got trophies from like car shows when I was in the cars, and I got one from a big poker tournament that I had won.
Really?
Yeah, I still got a trophy from that. That was kind of neat.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I
What do
don't
you
know.
mean
It's
into
like little
cars?
keepsakes. I used to be into like cars, like drag racing cars, and also going to car shows. And
You had a nice car then?
oh yeah, I had a lot of nice cars, sports cars.
What was your favorite car?
Well, my first car was a Camaro, but that's what I had. I had a bunch of different Camaros, and at one point in time, I had a 1080 car. It ran under 11 seconds in a quarter mile. It's a fast car. You
Yeah.
know, 500 horsepower, all motor.
I know nothing
No.
about cars.
It was fast. It was just all gutted, you know. Got the car down. The car probably weighed about 2,800 pounds. Stock was probably around 3,300, 34. So, I mean, no rear seats, no windshield wipers, no stereo. All the ACs, you know, is out. I mean,
Yeah.
no back seats. Just everything's.
To
going,
make it
you know.
light as possible.
Yeah, you just try to get it down, and it was a fun car.
Now, when I think about this, I think nitrous.
Yeah, I had nitrous in one of my cars too.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, I had a.
What's that feel? Does it really? Is it like the movies where it just basically blasts you out into space?
I mean, it will break the tires loose, you know what I mean, on the car a little bit when you hit the nitrous, and
really?
it definitely, I mean, you're adding, you know, click of a switch, you're adding, you know, anywhere from 100, 200 horsepower to your car, you know,
How long
depending
will it
on what
last?
jets you got in there and stuff. I mean, because you can get, you know, like a single stage nitrous or dual stage, so, you know, I mean, it's with cars how fast. When you get to a certain point, it gets tough to go faster. You can take a car that's like a 13-second something car and gain a second without like a lot of work. But when you get down into, you know, when you're running tens, now you're spending thousands of dollars to gain tenths of a second. It gets a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because it's all about that tenth of a second. Yeah, she made a nice bank on that 8 to put it in the pocket, in the side pocket. She almost
Oh.
scratched and she screamed out, "Do not go in there."
Yes. Well, it's 2-2 now.
So you're gaining a
Where's the
tenth of
four?
a second. You want to gain a tenth of a second.
Well, when you get down to those numbers, but you could take, for example, I mean, because I know like Camaros and Trans Ams, but you could take like a 98 to 2002 Trans Am or Camaro, and it's an LS1 car. It's probably about 320 horsepower stock, and you could probably stock it's around low 13-second car, and for, you know, $1,000 you can gain a full second. But when you get to a certain point, you know,
So
where
it's
your car
not-
is
you
like
can't
a
push it
10-second car, I mean, to gain those tenths of a second, I mean, you're spending thousands of dollars, you know, just to gain a few tenths of a second, if anything. I mean, and the sky's the limit with cars. I mean, I didn't have a huge investment into my car, but enough, you know. I mean, you could easily have a motor that's, you know, 10, 15,000, you know, just in the motor, you know. And you got guys who got motors that are like 50 grand, you know, and just the motor. I mean, everything else, you know, you got guys that got $100,000 into a car.
Yeah.
Serious.
Well,
Pool's a cheaper hobby than
Yeah.
drag racing cars.
Jeez.
Or like just showing cars, because you can just keep going with it. It never ends. But I wish I was into cars when I got to Phoenix, because the weather's always beautiful there. It's
so
always
you can
nice,
race
right?
all the time.
Yeah, when I lived in New York, I mean, I could drive it for like maybe half the year, then I'd cover it up. It's not, you know.
Pool players, the Jesse
I,
Raiders 911 raffle for the in-stroke
I would. I saw this video on YouTube the other day where this guy was on a moped and was like souped up and it beat this really fast car. You know? it was crazy.
Yeah. I've seen ones where they've done something with one of those smart cars and made it had it drag race. I'm like, oh, that's awesome, you know? Because imagine you're in a smart car next to somebody in like a Corvette or something, and you just smoke them.
Yeah. So here's the
Little
real
sleeper
question:
car.
do you have just like a half-naked picture of Vin Diesel in your bedroom right now?
No.
Yes, you do.
No, I mean, I was never that. See, when I was into the car racing, it was before Fast and the Furious came out, and I remember
that was like 20 years ago. They've made 18 sequels.
Yeah. I think it came out in it came out about 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. But I was into drag racing a little bit before that, and I remember me and all my buddies who were into drag racing and going to car shows, we all went to that movie together. We took our cars there, you know, watched the movie. But we're laughing.
In the parking lot?
Yeah. I mean, it hypes you up a little bit, but we were laughing at some of just how
it's always like that,
how corny it is because we know how it is.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying there's not crowds of, I mean, I used to drag race and there might be 300 people watching, you know?
Yeah.
Like it was pretty neat, but just like, oh, there's an us in there and it's going to blow up and all that, you know. I mean, it's Hollywood, you know, and that's cool.
You got to make it. Yeah. You got to make it better than it really is.
But it really it really exploded, like kind of like what Color Money did for pool. It did it for the import tuner stuff, and they've made so much money off of.
I know it.
Products.
I know it blew that up because. Yeah. I noticed around town those loud pieces of crap cars driving around.
Oh, with they got like these big wings on the back.
The spoiler or whatever it is. You know, they put that on the back of like their little 85 Geo or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and you're just like, I wanted to grab the man who made that movie and strangle him. Because you can't hear, when those drive by either.
Yeah, it sounds like a lawnmower.
Yeah. Oh.
Well,
forget it.
We're at 2-2 in this match in a race to 4. You're watching Judy Miller at the table. And this is a B-side match, so loser of this one's going to be out of the tournament. Head to the slot machines. Go play some blackjack, grab a drink, whatever you want to do if you lose this one.
Well, Cher can just clean these up.
Just shooting the 15 ball, huh? In the side pocket? Yeah, good shot. No, she's in good shape now, actually. 12-10, 9-8.
Just get on this, just center ball and right up the table, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
A little hard. Nope. There's that.
Yeah, it gets discouraging when you do that. You just get like, wow, man, I just gave this game away.
That
here
happens a
now,
lot right there.
Yeah.
The second to last ball, getting behind one, or
That's pretty brutal.
Not paying attention,
No rail. Is 8 gonna get there? Nope. She didn't take ball in hand.
She didn't see it.
No.
And Cher's not gonna tell her.
She might not have even noticed.
Right. I don't think she did. Don't matter now, anyhow.
Yeah.
Don't make no difference.
Oh, she's going to get on the 5. Look at this.
She's going to play pretty good position after this 5 to get on that 8 here. She doesn't. There we go. Kind of angle she has. It's really up.
No, she might have to bank this unless she wants to cut it down.
I don't know if she can cut it, can she?
Yeah, she called a bank.
Oh.
Maybe she can't. And some people just don't like cutting the balls thin, you know? They
Yeah.
prefer to bank it. Personally, I'd rather cut the ball.
Oh, me too.
You know, I hit the edge of the ball pretty well.
Yeah.
She almost made that.
You know that I watched in that tar match, or that tar, not match, but the tar with Shane.
Yeah, that's what I use. I use the shaft method.
That works really well.
I learned that from a gentleman in Phoenix. He owns a pool room and taught me the shaft method, and it really helped my game, pocketing balls.
Pocketing balls, that's
Yeah.
exactly
boy.
right. Oh.
Well, Sherry's gift wrapped this game to Judy.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3-2 now.
Gift wrapped it, stuck it under the tree. Now she just has to unwrap it and drink a bunch of eggnog. Yeah, that shaft method's really it really brings it makes you confident too. That's the other thing. There's a certain point when you if you're confident about your cut shots, man, it makes your whole game that much better.
Yeah.
Carol Miller, field number 16.
Home charge. Watch this. That's pretty nice. Got a charger up there.
Oh, yeah.
Private charger.
Yeah, well, you can just plug in USB into it and you're good.
Who's the other guy that was in Fast and Furious that just died? What was that guy's name?
Paul Walker? Yeah.
You're acting like you had to take a minute to find that name.
I don't know.
That's next to the other poster, doesn't it? I've never seen it, Fast and Furious, actually.
No?
No.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. Did they get better? I heard they got better.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah.
I think the last 2 or 3 are probably the best.
Mhm.
You know, there was like, the first one was okay, and then I think the second and third one were kind of cheesy, and then the rest were like 4, 5, and 6, I think were pretty good.
Mhm.
You know. I mean, but they made a ton of money off that.
Just ungodly amounts.
And
I was like,
all the companies like probably help them out with product because they sell so much product due to the movies. It's like ridiculous.
NOS sales went up like 150%.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That was funny. I mean, it's true. Yeah.
Man, that would be a good time to be a NOS salesman.
Yeah.
Door to door.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'd be tracking your
We
truck
seen you got a
down.
Honda out there. We got a spoiler for you, and an exhaust, and
Hey.
NOS.
I'll throw in the NOS. You just buy your second spoiler of the week, and I will throw in just one thing of NOS, and you're good. Deal. Man, you look like you could use some NOS.
Yeah.
You know, you're just putting around town. Let's try some NOS on you. NOS.
And we never even heard that. Like when people would talk about nitrous, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got. We would say, "Do you got spray on your car?"
Spray.
Yeah, we call it spray because it sprays out of these jets into the, intake manifolds. Like,
Into the intake.
yeah, and that's
What does it do? I don't
Well,
even know what it does. It's like magic spray.
Well, they have a dry kit which doesn't have doesn't do fuel. It's like now you have a wet kit which is like nitrous oxide, right?
Mhm.
And it puts fuel also at the same time. So all you're
puts
doing
it
is
into
like
where?
you're right into your intake. Like how like if you would put a turbo or a supercharger onto a car,
Yeah.
all it's doing is forcing more air, but you need more fuel, so you got to upgrade your injectors, stuff like that, right?
Right.
And usually you'll have to tune it, custom, the computer, so that way it can, handle like what you're doing, like your fuel pressure, you're going to up that, and you're going to need bigger injectors. There's a lot of different little things that go hand in hand. You got to start
Yeah.
upgrading everything when you
Yeah.
start changing and stuff like that. But you're just forcing air into it,
Mm-hmm.
That's all you're doing.
Now, is NOS the same stuff that they use on Jackass?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all the same. Yeah.
It's weird you put that in the car and then they would actually put that in their bodies. It's like you wouldn't have a glass of gasoline in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that. He said nitrous is higher in oxygen than air, thus a better fuel burn.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I remember I was in New Jersey at Englishtown, and I made a couple passes on the spray, right? On the nitrous, the NOS.
Just say spray. I like when you say spray.
They didn't call it NOS. I never heard that until after that movie. The NOS. I never we never heard that. We're like NOS.
Did they say that?
Like
in the
Nas
movie?
the rapper, they're like, that's what they would call it, Nas in the movie, right?
Yeah.
I always knew it as like spray or nitrous. That's what I know. But I made a few passes at Englishtown, and what happened?
That was where in New York?
Englishtown, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
You'd have to drive a few hours to get to the strip, but
Yeah.
and when I would I made a few passes, but I ran out of spray, right? So then but I have a wet kit, so I got fuel going in, and my nitrous is empty. I make a pass, and my car's like bogging,
Yeah.
and smoke's coming out of that. And I'm like, not too smart at this point for some reason, but yeah, it ran out of nitrous, and it was just dumping too much fuel, and that was no
Did
good.
it mess it up, or were you?
No, it was okay. I mean, it was all right. I just didn't, what happened at a later time was I ended up blowing my intake manifold apart, like my air intake, spraying it, and
Really?
it was like I was like, oh yeah, I had this pretty blonde with me. I was trying to impress this that it was dating. And I'm like,
This
so
is
I'm
how
like,
most
I'm like,
guys get into
yeah.
trouble. They
I'm
try
like,
to impress
yeah.
a woman.
Oh yeah, I was like,
forget it.
yeah, we're gonna, and the car is fast enough, but I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna spray. I'm gonna spray it, right? We're gonna hit,
Yeah.
hit the nitrous on this, and she's like, I
You
got
were
her all
already
excited,
thinking about the date.
No, I'm already
already.
like, I got her. I'm like trying to make her a little nervous and excited, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hit the nitrous. So I'm like, I lay into it because you got to be full throttle when you spray.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, and if you back off and it was spraying, it could just backfire.
Okay.
And so
Because it'd be
I hit it,
too
and
much.
it just blew. I mean, like flame shot out from underneath the.
That
It
sounds
was
cool.
like, and like, yeah, I like totally destroyed that motor.
And your girl's sitting there, so you're alongside the road, or what?
Actually, we were going fast enough where we rolled
coasted
like
to a gas
we coasted for a while, and to my friend's parking lot of his car wash or
Yeah.
something. So like,
That was
I
the
guess
last
we
date
kind
you
of.
guys had.
No, we actually were together for a few years after.
Why? Why would I would never hang out with a failure? No.
You would never. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, Judy won that match,
If
4-2.
If I were on a date with you, say,
Yeah.
if I were a woman, I was attractive, and the first date we went on, your nos blew, and
Blew the
we
car
were
up.
stuck on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I would lose your number so fast. I would probably I would throw the phone away probably.
Yeah. I mean, things happen, you know.
I don't know. That's it's like you're stuck now. It's like, all right, we got to walk now. How them heels and walking.
Luckily, we weren't too far from home, so it wasn't that bad.
That's pretty funny though. That's a good
Yeah.
story.
Blew the nos. I'm like, yeah. Oh, and here's another funny story with cars. I had another Camaro. This one was my car that was like a 1080 car. It was fast.
Yeah.
You know, 10-second quarter-mile car. And it had a 358 modified, 500 horsepower, all motor.
Mm-hmm.
And I had put this nice Ram Air fiberglass hood on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it
Oh,
looked.
wait, hold up.
It was
Ram
like,
Air?
yeah,
What's
it's
that?
got it's just got a hole in the front of it. You know, lets the air go in.
Gotcha.
You know,
Okay.
that's all it is.
Right.
And it looked real cool. I'm like, yeah, it looks bad, you know. And so we'd always go to this one car wash, so we're hanging out there.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the safety latch underneath the hood, so you know when you put your hood down, if it's not closed, you could tell that it's not closed.
Right.
Because it's still. So, but this thing there was no safety latch there, so I just put it down. I was at the car wash. I'm just talking with my buddy, and he's like, "Yeah, let's go for a ride." I'm like, "Okay." So I go for a ride with him, and we're in first gear. I'm laying
How fast
into
did
it.
you go in
It's just
first gear?
it's a short first gear.
Okay.
But like when it grabbed second gear,
Mm-hmm.
it caught traction,
Yeah.
caught second, and the hood flew up and it
Like in the
smashes
movie?
into the
Like in
windshield.
a Dukes of Hazzard movie.
Well, yeah, the hood like just flew up and like smashed in the windshield, and my friend's in like the passenger seat like curled up in a ball because he saw the
Yeah.
hood fly up, and I'm looking underneath the little gap in the hood between to
It
like
didn't
drive the car.
It didn't flap back down. It stayed up.
It stayed up against the windshield.
you're
I'm
jamming it.
Yeah, and I'm like, so I'm looking underneath this little gap trying to steer the car and slow down. And, oh man,
Look.
all I had to do was push down on the hood. It would have clicked in,
Right.
and I would have been good. I was like,
Okay, so you the first girl you blow the thing up. The second one, it wasn't a girl. It's just your friend. But I'm getting a feeling it's not wise to ride around with you. I was gonna ask him for a ride, but down to the Safeway near here. But forget it now.
Well, I take the shuttle nowadays. I don't.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah, good for
Yeah.
people out there.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been you've been revoked.
I don't know what the next match is here. I'm gonna find out. Hey, Eileen, are you next on the table? Okay.
We'll zoom right in. You know, I think I didn't know that many people like cars. To be honest with you, I'm from nowhere, but and people don't have cars now aren't like they were in the 50s.
See you, Mary.
Muscle cars. Oh, Mary's taking off. Oh yeah.
Yeah. See you later.
They're not like muscle cars, where they, everybody had one, basically. It seems like they did, but then after those movies came out, I mean, everybody had a souped up little car,
Oh, it definitely helped the tuner market for the import cars big time, and even with some of just everything, all the aftermarket stuff. Everybody wants to put a body kit on their car and rims and coil over suspension. They want to do everything, big wings and I mean neon underglow kits, and
What the
it's
heck
unbelievable.
Is that?
Well, where they have the lights underneath the car,
Why would you need a light underneath your car?
It's just like it looks cool,
Oh,
you know.
yeah. Like on the side there?
You know,
What,
yeah.
When you're working on it, so what? Now, how does it work? Seriously.
It's just, it's
You're
just
not
one of those
selling
things.
me these, are you, right now?
No.
Okay, try to.
I couldn't, even if I wanted to, try to sell you an underglow kit because I'm not a fan of them. I never had one in my
Yeah.
car. I always thought cleaner was better. I wasn't into all that stuff.
A what?
Like a clean look, like not
Yeah.
all these little graphics and
Trappings
decals
and
all over
stuff.
your car.
Yeah.
Big spoilers and
Simple's always better in my book.
yeah. Well, I don't know if there's going to be a match on here.
Yeah.
I mean, possibly they'll throw something over here. If they do, I'll let you know what it is and what's going on. If not, I'll just give you guys a little wide view of the room and you guys can watch people play some pool because they're going to be doing a lot of that in here all night. And if there's action, last night there was action. We had on this table Nick Kruger and Eddie Mattia. They were playing Races to 9 for $500 a set. I think they played 2 sets or so. 8 ball, so you never know what might happen.
And then the night before, Scott Frost was playing Banks deck.
Yeah, I think the stream kicked off. So by the time I got up here, people probably missed out on some good little Banks action. Yeah, bullet model Mustangs look pretty cool. I like that.
Bullet model? What's that? Just,
It's more of a plain Jane. I don't think it has a spoiler on the back, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Old school style rims, I think, on the Bullet Mustang.
Mm-hmm. Nothing
too crazy.
What year was that?
Well, I know they made, it's based off of Steve McQueen's car.
In the movie The Bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they made they had newer editions of the Mustang that were styled after that. You can get it in that green color and similar kind of rims. I did, yeah, but I know about Mustangs too.
Oh.
I know about cars.
No, I mean in The Bullet.
No, he drove a Mustang.
Oh, he did.
I think it was maybe a 67 fastback or something, I'm thinking. I mean, I'm not quite sure. My dad was a Mustang guy. He had all types of different ones. His first one, I think he had a 64 and a half. Well, it was 64, but for some reason it came in the middle of 64, I guess, the first Mustang. And I think his favorite car was a 73 Mach 1 Mustang. That was pretty fast. 351 Cleveland. So I was always around my dad's garage and fast cars, and it was neat,
Yeah.
You get hooked by it, It just gets in your blood. And still, even now, I'm man, I think I'm gonna end up getting. I think sometime this year I'm thinking about getting something with a nice V8, something. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Maybe 400 horsepower. That'd be fun.
What's crazy is there's one of my friends we grew up together, and his uncle has one of those Shelbys he drove in high school. Really nice. I don't know what's the year. There's a half year there where it was
Of
really
what?
expensive.
What car?
What's that?
Which car are you talking about?
The Shelby.
Oh yeah.
One of those. I can't remember what it is but he has it. It's a really expensive car, and people have offered him tons of money for it.
Is it a Cobra? Shelby Cobra?
Man, I don't know. I told you
427
already,
Cobra?
I don't know. It probably has NOS though. I know that. But anyways.
It's got side pipes?
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. Side pipe, what's that?
Yeah, like a Shelby Cobra. A 427. It's got the side pipes on the side of it. It's a 2-seater.
Exhaust?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah. I don't think it had that, but
no.
It was in a barn, literally. And he goes, "You want to look at it?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go look at it."
Huh.
He didn't have it covered up, and there was pigeon crap all over it. And He told a story. He basically was going so fast and he blew out the transmission and coasted like a mile
Wow.
out there on these country roads. I mean, this town has 300 people. I was telling you about Lexington last
Yeah.
night. And he has it in a barn out there.
That's like when I, blew my motor. I coasted for probably a mile.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I just was like, okay, let's get into town.
In the story
Made
he
it there.
says it left a hole in the ground.
Oh
Is that
boy.
even possible?
I don't. I mean, I've had seen people blow transmissions, but nothing crazy like that. Not that I know of. I mean,
It was a gravel road, though.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But it was a sweet car, and everybody knew. He said he'd been offered a bunch of money for it over the years, and everybody around town knows about it. But it's just in a little barn,
Yeah.
no tarp or nothing,
Huh.
or something to cover it up, at least from the pigeon crap.
He says the original movie car from Steve McQueen's The Bullet was a '68 Mustang. Okay. Thanks for that info.
68. Was there a pool movie called The Bullet?
Yeah, Baltimore Bullet.
Baltimore Bullet.
I've watched it.
It's trash, right?
It's entertaining if you like pool, but it's just cheesy. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like old and cheesy. But
Well, it has that really white-haired guy in it.
yeah, I can't remember his. Is it James Coburn? Maybe. I think maybe that's his name. I don't know. I mean, I've watched all of them. I've watched The Baron and the Kid with Johnny Cash. I've watched. Obviously, Pool Hall Junkie, Shooting Gallery with Freddie Prinze Jr. I mean, there's so many pool movies
What?
in there.
Hold
Yeah.
it.
Freddie Prinze Jr. has this movie called Shooting Gallery with Ving Rhames, and it's like set in New Orleans or something, and he's like a hustler, and it's like, yeah, now you're gonna watch it. You gotta just see it one time, and then you'll never watch it
It'll
ever
never
again.
happen again.
Yeah, just give it a try. There's another movie that's like an English pool movie called Stickmen. I mean,
What's the
Yeah.
one that Efren was in? You know that movie? You haven't seen
I
that one?
never seen it, but I heard it's a Filipino movie, right?
Yeah, it's Filipino. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I never seen that one.
Yeah. I've seen parts of it.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Of course,
mean,
right? I don't even. Yeah, it's
It was
gotta be
like
bad.
in the 80s in the Philippines,
Huh, nice.
which when I think of the 80s in Philippines, I always think Hollywood quality. That's a joke.
80s. What was some good 80s movies? License to Drive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Corey and... Is that
Yeah.
Corey Haim? And,
Yeah, the two Corys.
Yeah.
Corey Haim, Corey Feldman. Is that?
Didn't we pour one out for Corey Feldman last night? 'Cause he's
think
dead,
so.
you know.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, one of them is. Maybe PW72, no, but Stickman, not Brit, Australian.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
Well, they're Australians were former Brits.
They got smart and wanted to live on an island.
They got smart and got in trouble, and then all the convicts got shipped there.
Well, I think a neat fact is that I think they're called Aboriginals there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the native
Yeah,
people. I think the majority of them. There's not a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
The population is a few percent, I think, or something really small, minuscule, compared to the rest of the population there.
Mm-hmm.
But they make up the biggest prison population
Right.
in Australia. I'm like,
Wow.
it just doesn't seem right, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on there?
Maybe they're having a hard time adapting. PWD, yeah, I've heard that before, that's the best chase scene in a movie ever.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That Challenger, I think
What's-
it is, or a Charger. I think it's a Charger.
Man, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, I
again.
think it's a Charger. Yep.
I mean, what's in the running though? Really,
Huh?
what's in the running?
Uh,
You know, have you ever watched the movie Drive? I love
Drive, yeah, I watched it.
that chase scene. Is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Or
It's
not chase scene, but
yeah, it's pretty good.
when he's driving backwards.
Uh-huh.
For a while,
And it was kind of like, I think they kind of like were modeling it after the Bullet.
yeah.
You know, they had a Mustang, and you know what I mean. It was.
You didn't like that movie?
I thought it was okay.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was that
I think
bad.
it's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. I think there's a movie that he played in, Beyond the Pines or something, which was pretty.
A Place Beyond the Pines.
It was pretty decent.
I like
you know?
that one,
Yeah,
too.
it's
That,
pretty good.
You know, that chase scene where they're chasing the guy in the motorcycle through the graveyard. Do you remember
Yeah.
that? They're chasing him through the graveyard,
Okay.
and he's cruising. I think they took that on one take, and he hit that barrier coming out, and that was not scripted. It was like he accidentally hit the barrier at the very end, and he gets back on and takes off on the other side. Yeah, I watched the whole thing about that. That whole chase scene through the cemetery in Place Beyond the Pines was one take, and they nailed it. And he accidentally ran into the barrier trying to get out.
That Ryan Gosling, he's he probably had about 10 lines between two movies. I mean, he didn't really speak much in those movies.
Hey,
he's like a
if
silent
you look
actor.
like him, you don't need to
Yeah,
talk.
you don't
got
have to
it?
talk. So you must got a poster of him on your wall.
All right. Well, I do. I'll admit it right now. I have a poster of Ryan Gosling on my wall at home. He's everywhere. I'm about had it with him, and he's married to Eva Menendez.
Yeah, well, he did good for himself.
Yeah, I'd say
I mean,
so.
he's just. I mean, in those movies, he really doesn't speak a lot.
He makes a lot of facial expressions, and sometimes those say more than words.
Let's say 75% is body language.
It's kind of hard in movies to have lots of body
Yeah,
language, but unless it's a silent movie.
Yeah. That's when people really had to act.
Yeah. Have you ever watched any
It's
Buster
like
Keaton
charades on film.
movies? Yeah.
Right?
Like Charlie Chaplin, but my favorite guy back then is Buster Keaton. You ever watch any of his stuff?
No.
Yeah, you got to check him out. He
Yeah.
does these stunts. I bet you PWD 72 knows about him too. He's on to cars. Yeah. Yeah, Buster Keaton, like that guy could do. He would fall off like a truck. Like, I mean, he'd fall off like a 20-story, go down through. I mean, it was weird. He was just so good. You look him up on YouTube. It's interesting. And it was all silent. He was really good. He's my favorite.
Yeah, so I think we're pretty much done here until tomorrow at 11 a.m. when it comes to commentating, scorekeeping. But I'll leave the camera on the room for you guys to watch what's going on.
Let's get you a chair. That's what you're supposed to do. A chair. Could you sit in this? That's a question we could ask you. Could you sit in this for 20 hours a day?
I can't sit for that long, 20 hours. That's why I don't. I get up and walk around once in a while.
good stand like those are.
Yeah, it's probably not like, it's probably not fun. I'd be like, can I get a chair so I can sit on the stool? Huh?
Security guard. Somebody gets they're like, hey, I need a chair. Why don't I get you a chair? So they get him a chair and falls asleep.
Yeah.
This is a robbery.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want anybody sitting down and go to sleep. I've seen a guy pass out straight out